Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Legendary Leaders. I am your host, Katrina Jameson. I am the founder of Legend Leaders, where we arm female business leaders with the strategies they need to live life on their terms, a legendary life. It is the last week of August, it's the last Wednesday of August anyway. We are wrapping it up. We are tying up all the loose ends as it relates to finding your voice. That's what we've been talking about this entire month. I have enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't listened to all the details about finding your voice on social media, don't apologize for showing up. And then really how to communicate using your voice. What are the two things you can do? Go check those previous episodes out. They are fantastic. All of you are giving me positive comments and feedback. There's been great dialogue. Thank you so much for that. Keep it coming. Today I want to wrap it up, and I really want to take it a step further as it relates to finding your voice. We've touched on a couple of these pieces, but I want to move the ball a little bit forward, and I want you to think about you for just a second. I want you to take out that logical brain. I want you to go to the emotional part of yourself for a second. I know sometimes that's not easy, especially when you're running a business, because a lot of times we make the assumption that we can't have our hearts out there on our sleeves when we're running a business, either for ourselves or someone else, because business is not about our hearts. Business is about being logical and rational. And I would challenge you on that a little bit, right? We have to have our hearts in order to serve, but I'm not going to go down that pathway today. What I want you to think about is this. This entire month, we've talked about the struggle we have, especially as women, in finding our voice. And I mentioned in a previous episode about the idea or the theory, or my perspective anyway, based on all the things that I've seen and the interactions that I've had through the years of serving my clients and teaching and training, in the fact that many times, because we're made to feel too much as women, we lose our voice and we just shy away and we pull back. And so I want to talk about that for a second. You know, ultimately, we as humans, and it doesn't matter who we are, men or women, all of us as human beings, we all worry about being enough. It's just a part of human nature. It's difficult to overcome unless you are cognizant of it and you work diligently to remind yourself that you are absolutely enough. It creeps in. And if it's not something that you've ever really thought about and acknowledged within yourself, then it comes as a surprise when someone really says to you, you know what? You are enough. You're amazing. You're fantastic. You blow me away. You're so smart. You are so good. You are so kind. You are so everything, right? Because most of us, a lot of the time, feel like we're just not enough. And when we feel like we're not enough, because we haven't hit the mark in other places of our lives, be it with a previous supervisor or with a previous boyfriend or girlfriend or whomever, a parent, a family member, when we weren't enough for those people and those situations that really mattered so much to us, where we really wanted to be enough, and yet we weren't, then it goes into other parts of our lives. And we worry that if we weren't enough there, if we weren't enough for that person, if we weren't enough for that job, that position, then will we ever really be enough in these other situations? And because we doubt that, we question that, we worry about that, we don't speak up. We don't use our voice because, again, we worried that when we were giving our voice, when we felt like we were giving all that we had, all that we were, it wasn't enough. And so now you don't want to use your voice again and it not be enough in this scenario, especially if you just got the promotion that you wanted, or if you started your own business, right? And that's your dream. Your own business is your dream. That's your legacy. That's everything. You absolutely do not want to fail there, although I promise you, you won't. There's no failure. You don't want to fail. So you want to do everything that you can to make sure that it's going to be successful. And so if you used your voice in the past and it didn't work, how is it going to work here? How is that going to help you be successful? It's a huge fear. You're not alone. I have had that fear. Every person that I've worked with has had, or sometimes still has, that fear. You're not alone. I'll keep telling you that over and over and over. You're not alone. You're not abnormal. There's nothing wrong with you. We all have those fears. But what I will tell you is this. The person that you were in that scenario is not the person that you are today, because every day we grow, we change, and we get better and stronger, right? So that's step one. That's the first thing I want you to acknowledge, is the person that you were then isn't the same person that you are now. And so how can the person that you are today fail or not be what you need to be or have the voice that you need to share to move your business forward? Maybe that person 2 years ago couldn't do it. Maybe that person existed 2 seconds ago before you heard me say these things. That person of even 2 seconds ago isn't the person that you are right now. And the person that you are right now can go and move this forward. She can use her voice. You can use your voice and move your business forward. It's the first thing I want you to think about. Okay? You're not the same person. The other piece that I want you to really walk through, the other thing that I really want you to think about here, is that you're not the same person that you used to be. Your voice is here. Okay? But the other thing I want you to acknowledge is that we also say, well, not only could that person not do it, but I don't know that I'm worthy of it. Sometimes we equate the fact that we've not been enough in another scenario, not only to mean that we can't be enough here, but that we're not worthy of having that success because we couldn't be successful in those other scenarios. And I would tell you that's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of crap, okay? I'm going to keep it clean. All right, I'm going to keep it clean. If you know me well, that I normally don't do that, but I'm going to keep it clean because I want you to focus on what I'm saying. You deserve success. You're worth it, okay? And you are worthy of it. That is another Katrina quote that I say all the time. You are worth it, and you are worthy of it. Your past does not dictate your future. It doesn't, unless you let it. Don't let it. The person that you were 2 seconds ago is not the person that you are now. And you can move yourself and you can move your business forward. And the voice that you have is the voice that you are meant to share. Okay? And you are worthy of that success. No past missteps, no past growth opportunities dictates the fact that you are worthy of the success that you are striving for right now. It's that simple. That is how you find your voice. You believe in you. You recognize that the past doesn't dictate your future. You are worth it, and you are worthy of it. And you are ready to share your voice. The voice that you have today is meant to be shared in your business, and that voice is meant to help you be successful. Believe that. Own that. Step into that mindset today. Know that that is who you are and where you're going. Believe it. And then go share your amazing gift with the rest of the world. We are waiting on it. We need it. Give it to us. Go share your voice. And as always, go and be legendary.